Yeah, John, good to go. We can start now.
Yeah, all the students are online, right?
No, your screen is not visible as of now.
I mean, I can see the students, but I don't know the number of students who can enlisted for this. So can you please confirm whether they are all online or should I go ahead? I can go ahead, right? To the classes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi guys, welcome to the class. My name is John. I'll be your CCNA trainer. Uh, so before getting into the class, can I have a quick round of introduction from you guys so that I can get to know your background? So the curriculum that we are following will be customized based on your requirements. We'll be following the basic CCNA 200 301 syllabus, but depending on your background, depending on your things. So even if you are a fresher, we'll be customizing the entire module depending on your background. So can you guys start introducing yourself? You can just tell your name, where you guys are from, are you guys a fresher, where you guys are working, what background you have, and why are you choosing this particular course called CCNA? What was the main motive? What motivated you to choose CCNA? So can you guys give me a quick round of introduction before we proceed with the classes? Riaz, Muhammad, can you start?
Yeah, tell me, sir. Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Riaz. Where are you from? Yeah.
Tell
Yes,
me,
I can hear you. Good evening.
sir, I am Mohammad Riaz Ahmed. I'm staying Hyderabad.
You're staying in Hyderabad. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
Along
fresher?
with my... No,
Are you fresher?
no. Yes, sir, I'm a fresher.
You're a fresher. Okay. So you just recently graduated, right?
Yes, sir. So
And what
along
is
with family, I'm staying. Along with my wife, we have two daughters.
okay.
So I
Okay.
started career as a desktop support from past 2017.
Okay. And what are the processes that you handle? Yes.
Uh,
In
sir, see,
desktop support,
to
basically installing operating system, providing the backup, the inventories. So can you just walk me through the processes that you're going through? Okay, we'll get back to you. Bhavana?
Yeah, hi John. Hope you all are doing good.
Yeah.
I have, I'm a graduate and I'm currently working in British Telecom as a L1 data network engineer. But to get
L1.
promoted, sorry,
Yeah, you're working as an L1 network engineer, right?
yes. So I need to enhance my skill. I need to skill up myself to get promoted as a L2 so that I can also work on my technical skills. So I have joined the CCNA course for this reason.
And how many years of experience you have?
3 year.
3 years of experience. And in L1, how many years of experience you have?
Yeah, this is my total experience.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
cool.
working. Yeah.
And what are the things that you guys handle? Like you will be following a basic topology, and when some troubleshooting happens, you just stick to the topology and troubleshoot based on the Q and A, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We
And
can.
for which company you're working?
In British Telecom.
And who is your client?
Client is the banking customers like HSBC, Mastercard, Swift, and there is many more customer which is based on the SD-WAN circuits, which are Alliance and Specsavers.
Okay. And what are the devices that you are handling? Is it routers, switches, or basic
Yeah,
desktop devices?
yeah.
Routers and
So,
switches, right?
yeah, router and switches, MX switches for Meraki devices, and for other MPLS circuits, router switches, Cisco and Juniper router switches.
Perfect. Perfect. Great. Great. Shubham, hi. How are you? Shubham, I'm not able to hear you. Next, Gautam. Gautam.
Hello, John.
Hi.
Yeah, actually, basically from a different domain, actually, mechanical domain. I have
So,
around 7 years of experience in automotive design analysis, actually. Just now I wanted to shift to IT side. So when I contacted counselor, they suggested this program. from the basic. Yeah, so that's how I started my career. Yeah, nice.
Okay, I'm just curious about this thing. Why do you choose CCNA when you want to shift your career?
No, actually, I thought of checking two career path. Actually, one is SAP side, ERP. Another
Okay,
one is networking side. Because
okay,
networking side, I feel more relevant because I'm used to work in a Linux environment.
okay.
As well as I have some knowledge on network, but now I wanted to brush up again and get into this field. Because after my school education, I used to work with this computer things and all for
Okay,
2-3 years.
cool, cool,
So that's how
cool,
it
cool.
happened. But then later, I moved to mechanical. Now I'm really interested again in the
Where are
same
you
domain.
from?
I want to come.
Where are
Right
you
now
from?
I'm in Bangalore actually.
You're in Bangalore. Where in Bangalore?
Bangalore, nearby Moratali.
Marthahalli. Okay, I'm also
Yeah.
in Bangalore. I stay in BTM.
Oh, BTM. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Bharat. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Can you walk me through your profile, please, Bharat?
Sorry?
Can you please do a quick round of introduction?
I'm not able to hear you. Can you come again?
Guys, am I audible enough?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, you're audible. You're audible.
John, I think it's better we'll start with the topic, like the introduction from your side, because there are so many people who are gonna join. It might be gonna cross more than 50. So the introduction part will do it in the next class. So let's jump
Uh,
into the content and like the pattern and delivery, how you're delivering it now.
okay, I just wanted to know what their profiles are because like there are some people like who are completely new to networking. There are some
So
people like
basically,
who
there
are
are some people who already enrolled. There are some people who just be invited to see our quality and all. So from that point of view, I'm saying the rest, like
okay.
it's over to you.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. That works, guys. Okay. So I'll just ask them basic generic questions and I hope you guys will be interactive. So our classes will be working perfectly if you guys are interactive enough. So let me ask you a quick question. What is networking, guys? Can you guys give me an
When
answer? What is networking?
yeah, yeah. When multiple networks are connected to each other and transferring the data through the internet.
Okay. Any other definitions? That's a very good definition. Any other definitions?
Just two devices sharing a file between them. That's it.
That is also another definition to networking. Guys, so when we talk about networking, this course, the particular course that we are going to do is known as CCNA course. Okay, in CCNA course, we are primarily focusing on computer networking. So what is it what is the term networking? Okay, networking means interconnection of two or more things. So if two people are connected together, that is a network. If you are having a LinkedIn community, that is a network. So when we talk about computer network, when two or more computer devices are connected, that makes a computer network. Do I make myself clear?
I
Yes,
am
sir.
शुभम speaking, sir. मैं शुभम बात कर रहा हूँ.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. I have a problem with language English. Can you explain in Hindi language also, please? My English not good like as you, sir.
I can understand Hindi, Shubham, but my Hindi is very weak.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. To an extent, I can understand Hindi, but my Hindi is very weak.
Okay.
Sorry about that. And Shubham, if you have any doubts, I'll share my number. You can, or in the group or something, you can just share your queries. I'll get back to you with the same doubts. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay, cool. So, guys, what is networking? Okay. So a computer network is a system that connects numerous independent computers in order to share information, which is primarily data and resources. So in this particular class, I will give you one advice. Never ever by heart any definitions. Please don't take any definitions from here. I'll be sharing this PPT, I'll be sharing the notes with you. But when you're learning a particular concept, understand what is that particular concept, why we are using that particular concept, and what is the requirement to learn that particular concept. Like I told, a networking is a group of connection or connection between two or more things. It can be between people, it can be between things, but a computer network is a connection between two or more things. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is the particular course that we are going to do over here? The particular course that we are going to do over here is known as, what is the particular course that we are going to do over here? It is known as
CCNA.
CCNA 200-301.
Yeah. So why do we do CCNA? What is the role of CCNA certification? Do you guys have any idea what is CCNA certification?
It's about the fundamentals of networking, like knowing
Oh,
how the protocols work.
okay. And what is the advantage if you study this particular CCNA course and if you take the CCNA certification? Do you guys have any idea that why we should do the CCNA certification?
Can understand about the routers and switching functions.
Yeah, that is one way to look at it, but I'll tell you. Okay.
Deployment
So,
of technologies in the networking environment.
yeah. So, you know about routers and switches, right? So, do you know who's the largest network manufacturer? Like Juniper is there, Cisco is there, Huawei is there. Like there are different companies who manufacture different kinds of networking devices. Networking devices, as in the devices which we use to communicate or facilitate the network communication. So Cisco is considered as the main primary leader in the area of computer networking, and Cisco is the largest manufacturer of computer networking devices. So if I graduate, like, so most of you guys told that you wanted to switch your career from one domain to another, but you have absolutely no idea what is computer network, what router does, what is an IP address, what is a default gateway, how packet is moving from one network to another. Okay, so what Cisco is offering is that, so anybody who wants to do networking, okay, anybody who wants to learn more about networking, what Cisco does is, since there are no much good materials which is out there in the market, what Cisco does is, Cisco actually curated a particular things which is primarily responsible for giving you the basic understanding and the fundamentals of computer networking, and they curated a course. After they curated this course, once you go to the Cisco's website, today after the class, I actually recommend you to visit the Cisco's website and understand what the CCNA certification offers is. And once you learn this particular courses, you will understand the fundamentals of networking. And once you understand the fundamentals of networking, there is a Cisco CCNA exam which Cisco is conducting. And after you complete this training and take the certification, you can directly go to the recruiters and say you have done this particular certification. And Cisco CCNA certification is a largest networking certification that people are doing to get into the field of networking. And once you finish the certification, or once you clear the certification, you can actually show this credentials and say, I have done this course, I have learned about this particular course. And it's a very challenging exam, and it's really fun to learn. And once you learn it, you can actually show the recruiter and say that I have done this particular certification, I have a wide knowledge about networking, and they will give you a chance. But without the certification, what happens is, when you wanted to switch your career, or when you want to prove your, if you are somebody who's completely fresh, like a recent graduate who just recently joined, who wants to focus on the area of networking, you won't be getting an entry-level job if you don't have much of an experience. But if you do this particular course, this gives a window, this gives a platform to you to directly jump into the field of networking. Okay. Is there any doubt regarding the CCNA certifications? Can I move ahead?
Hello, sir. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, you're audible,
Uh,
Shashank.
yes, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Sir, I just wanted
Yeah.
to know one thing, that once we are done with this course, would we get the opportunity to work on the live cases? Because you know very well, sir, that we will done with the configuration part, we will done with the uh, theoretical part, but when we come to the production, we
Yeah.
are supposed to work on the live cases, right? And for
Yeah.
the live cases, you are well aware that live cases goes for 10 days, 15 days, 30 days, and that includes the multiple issues that we need to resolve over the case. So would we
Okay.
get any opportunity to work on live cases, uh, anything like that? Do we have any option
Absolutely.
in?
Yeah. One second. My screen was not sharing. Yeah. Okay. Your question was, will you be able to get any live cases, right? Absolutely, yes. So once during the syllabus, we'll be practicing it on Cisco Packet Tracer. Have you seen Cisco Packet Tracer? What's your name? Shashank, right?
Yeah, my name is Shashank.
Yeah. Shashank, can you please share me your profile quickly, please? What is your
Yeah.
background?
Yeah, definitely. I have total 3 years of relevant experience. My first company was Tech Mahindra, where I was working as a network support engineer. Currently, I'm working in
Okay.
a Capgemini, and my
L1,
client
L2,
is
L3, L1, L2, or
L1,
L3?
L1 itself, L1 itself.
Okay, so you're
My
basically handling with routers and switches, right?
Yes, but this is my second company, that is Capgemini, where my
Yeah.
client is itself a Cisco, right?
Okay.
And and over here, I work as a licensing engineer.
Okay.
So basically, if I talk about license, though, for all the features that works on Cisco devices, for all those features, we need to have the proper license for that. So
Yeah.
work domain is related to the licensing field. So
Okay.
I have like all the processes are same in the Cisco in my
Yeah.
company itself. It's just that I am in the non-tech profile and I want to switch it to the technical profile.
Okay. Yeah. So Gaurav, your question is very relevant, and your answer is, see, here in the syllabus for CCNA syllabus, like we'll be completely covering the courses practically. We'll be doing every single practicals in the classes using Cisco Packet Tracer. So you'll be getting to know what the routing topologies, how like, the different kinds of routing techniques, how packet is moving from one network to another. So you will be get to know how packet level inspection, if a particular packet is getting dropped at some point, why that particular packet is getting dropped. So you will actually see live scenarios over here. And let me tell you this thing very clearly. So the course that we are doing over here is CCNA syllabus. Okay. So when you get into production, you might be working for different companies. You might be working for Juniper, you might be working for Sophos. So once you get into that company, you will have a 2 months of induction program where they will be teaching on their particular topology. So no matter from one company to another. So you said this Cape Gemini is your second company, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So when
Yeah.
you moved from your first company to second company, there was a primary round of induction which was going on where they were discussing on their topology, on their processes, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
So what we are learning over here is a wide range of topics that we are learning over here. But once you get into production, it's much more simpler because you just have to follow the procedure, because you don't have to actually go and troubleshoot things, because there are a list of Q&A. If you follow, like if you just check with the checklist processes, you will actually able to resolve this particular case very immediately. So you will be getting a primary round of induction from the particular company where they will be explaining about their topologies, about the technologies that they're using, and if they use any other devices apart from that particular Cisco devices that we are using over here, they will be training on you as on that as well. So what we are doing over here is the primary round of introduction where, for example, I will say, if okay, I'll tell you another example of networking. What are we learning over here? So your name is Shashank, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I am sending a WhatsApp message. I'm sending a message to Shashank on his WhatsApp. Guys, you guys are listening, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, I'm sending a message to Shashank on his WhatsApp. So from where am I sending this message? From my WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yes.
where is the message getting delivered? On Shashank's phone.
Database.
On Shashank's phone, when his application interface, he is reading that particular message, right?
So are you referring to port to
No, no,
process
no, 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 no,
delivery?
no, no. Let me complete, Shashank. Answer to the particular question. Where are you reading
Okay.
the particular message? You are reading message in your WhatsApp,
Application.
right? So you're
On
basically,
network.
basically reading in his application. Let's make this more simpler. He's reading that message in his WhatsApp. I am sending that message from my WhatsApp. So Shashank, where are you from?
Uh, I am my work location is Gurgaon, but my roots is in from Bihar.
Okay, cool. So I am sending a message from to Shashank. I am sitting in Bangalore. Shashank is sitting in Gurgaon. Okay, so from Bangalore, how the message is traveling from my application interface, and Shashank is reading that particular message in Shashank's application interface. So how the message is being traveled. So there are different layers that we call as OSI model that we are going to get into. So once that particular message is delivered, how that particular packet is going from one layer to another, and finally how Shashank is getting to read this particular message. That's what we will be learning in this particular CCNA course. Shashank, do I make myself clear?
Yeah, definitely, sir. But what if server is down, or if there would be any complex scenarios? So would we come to know about such kind of issues, such kind of scenarios also, like a complex
Uh,
scenario where server is down? Would it be covered in the CCNA course, or would it be covered in for advanced CCNP course?
CCNA is Cisco Certified Network Associate. On an associate level courses that we'll be learning. But if you have any challenges which you guys are facing, you can just share it with me during the classes. After the classes, I can stay a little. After then, I can troubleshoot you. I can try giving you some feedbacks on that particular cases.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And would we get any placement assistance once we are done with this course?
So I am into the training part. I think Network Kings, they are providing the training. You need to talk with Gaurav for that particular thing.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Cool.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So we were basically discussing what. Okay, once again. Okay. So we were basically discussing what networking was. Like I told, networking is the connection between two or more different things. It can be computers, it can be different things. So what is a computer network? A computer network is a system that connects numerous independent computers in order to share information or resources. So, like I told, when I'm sending a message to Shashank, so I am typing that message in my application interface. Okay, and Shashank is reading that particular message in Shashank's application interface. Right? Guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So the process from which, okay, I am using Jio as my service provider, and Shashank might be using a different service provider. Let's assume Shashank is using Airtel as a service provider. So from how the data is traveling from my phone and how the data is reaching to Shashank's phone, the entire process is breaking down into 7 different layers. Okay, my phone has 7 different layers, or every networking devices, they have 7 different layers. And Shashank device, they also have 7 different layers. So I'll just walk you through OSI model in different class, but I'll just brief you what OSI model is. So once I type that message in my application interface, I just basically see the message. I can read the message. Basically, whatever you're seeing on your WhatsApp, you can easily call, or whatever you're seeing on a website, you can call that as an application layer. But once the message has to travel from my phone to the other side, the message will be travel to the presentation layer where I'll be adding a certain type of encryption. Since the message is traveling inside a network, there might be a hijacker who can just hijack the network and who can read the data. I don't want that to happen. I just want to use a better round of encryption to make that the data is not vulnerable to the outside world. So in the presentation layer, what happens is the data will be getting encrypted. And in session layer, I'll be establishing a session with Shashank. So basically, like when you're going to a friend's place, like you won't be just going to a friend's place. You will be just calling your friend and checking whether that particular friend will be available at that particular point of time, right? So in session layer, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to establish a session with Shashank's phone. Okay, and transport layer, guys, I'll walk you this OSI model. It's a 2 days topic that we are getting into. This is a basic round of introduction that I'm giving what an OSI model is. Okay, so when you're going to a friend's place, okay, you are actually checking whether that particular friend is there. That's what in a metaphorical way that we can say that is what session layer does. But once you understood that the particular friend is available over there, then you will be choosing what type of transportation that I have to choose. So you will be deciding whether you have to choose your two-wheeler, you will be deciding whether you have to use your four-wheeler, you will be deciding whether you will have to use the public transport. So what happens in transport layer in OSI model is OSI stands for Open System Interconnect. And in transport layer, what we use is we'll be deciding what protocols that we are using. In networking, we mainly use two protocols. Can you do? Is there anybody who knows what are the two protocols that we use in transport layer?
UDP and TCP.
TCP and UDP.
And what are the main difference between TCP and UDP?
TCP mainly use three-way handshake mechanism, and UDP no handshake mechanism is there.
And what are the
TCP is a connectionless, sir. Connectionless, and UDP is TCP is connection oriented, and UDP is connectionless.
Yes,
TCP
exactly.
TCP has a bulky information, and UDP doesn't have bulk information, and it is
Okay.
more reliable.
Yeah. So I'll say TCP is reliability over speed. So if you use TCP, there is a guarantee that the data will reach there. What happens in transport layer, we are actually checking what are the protocols that we need to use to send that particular packet from source to destination. TCP has two protocols. One is, transport layer has two protocols. One is TCP and one is UDP. So, but when we are using UDP, the data that we are sending will be reaching there faster, but we have no guarantee that the data might reach there. Okay, so the main cases that we use UDP is where we have to use speed over reliability. So whenever we are live streaming cricket, you might have observed a little buffering that when you're watching like World Cup or when you're watching some live streaming in TVs, right? You might have seen buffering when you were watching World Cups, right? Have you guys noticed it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's because like the live streaming platforms, like the particular class that we're using, doing that you guys are actually attending the class via Zoom. So we are using speed over reliability. So if your network is weak, there is a high chance that the data might lose. And since we are using UDP, the particular data might not reach over there. Okay, guys, do I make myself clear till application, presentation, session, and transport? Is there any doubt?
Sir, I think, sir, I have one thing to ask. May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
In the TCP itself, we get the acknowledgement from when sender.
Guys, we'll get into TCP and UDP later because there might be people who are completely new to the topic. Let's not confuse them. So
Sure,
this is a day 4 or day 5 topic. So it's very good that you already know about this thing, but there are other people like who are completely new to this particular topic. So let's not confuse them. We'll stick. So based on what we already discussed, do you guys have any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Guys, do you have a doubt?
No, sir.
You guys are clear, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, one thing I want to ask.
Go ahead.
Sir, every company using Cisco router and switches. So, whose company is not using Cisco product, they will not hire you if you have completed CCNA routing switching.
No. That's a very good question. Yeah, I'll give a quick answer to that. So basically, anybody who completed CCNA certification, they will have a very deeper understanding about networking. So when you get into after you learn this particular course, CCNA, you might be getting placed in Juniper, you might be getting placed in Sophos, but you can just say them that you have done your CCNA certification. What they will get to know is that you have a basic understanding of networking. Like I said, when you get into a company, they will be teaching on their particular products because Sophos is not providing any much better certification than CCNA. So you can do a CCNA certification, and in an interview, they are not going to ask you about their company's particular product. They are going to ask you about basic networking questions. What is routing? What is an IP address? What are the protocols? How TCP works? How conjunction works? What happens if a particular packet loss? So all this primary basic understanding about networking you will get to understand once you learn CCNA course. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Your doubt is clear, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So guys, we were discussing about the OSI model. What we were saying in application layer, we were typing the message. In presentation layer, what we were doing, we were encrypting the message. In session layer, I am establishing a session with the destination device. I am establishing a session with the destination device. And in transport layer, I just decided which protocol I should use. Okay, so it can be either TCP or it can be either UDP. Once I decide whether I'm using TCP or UDP, the data will be traveling to my network layer. In network layer, you might have heard the devices, router. So most of the people in this introduction, they have said they were working with routers, they were working with switches. The router comes in layer 3. So in layer 3, we have network layer. So in network layer, we will be deciding. So in order to reach, so once you decide that, okay, let's use that metaphor again. In transport layer, we were deciding whether we should use a car or whether we should use our bike. So once we decided that which mode of transportation we should use, we will actually see what is the particular path that I have to choose, right? So how many of you guys are from Bangalore?
I'm from Bangalore.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll just show you one thing. So what happens in network layer is we are just deciding to reach from one point to another. What is a particular path that I have to choose? In network layer, we have a device. That device is known as router. We have a device. That device is known as router. So the router will be having an addresses to reach from one network to another. So the devices will be basically consulting with the IP addresses which are stored in this router. So in network layer, we will be just consulting with the router. So which is the path that we have to choose. So in order, like I told, in order to reach from HSR to Kormangala, there are multiple ways that we can choose. So based on the routing topology that we are using, based on the protocols that we will be using, so we can actually choose different paths. So this is just a brief introduction. So I'll just say, in network layer, what we basically do is we are just deciding what is a particular path that we have to use. And once we use this network layer and identify what is a particular path, so moves packet from source to destination to provide internet networking. And once we've done that, we'll be sending this data to our data link layer. Once the packet reaches the destination data link layer, so it's like your peon is getting a courier, and instead of you, and peon is actually searching where is that particular you who is sitting in this office. So data link layer, what actually does is data link layer identifies where is this particular device. So the particular example that we were discussing, I'm sending a message to Shashank. So I'm basically identifying where is Shashank's device located in my network. So I'll use data link layer. In data link layer, do you know what kind of addresses that we use in data link layer? Guys, any guess? MAC addresses.
Yeah, frames.
We use in data link layer, we use MAC addresses. Okay, yeah. So what are the two type of addresses that we use in networking? One is IP addresses and one is MAC addresses. We'll get to know, I'll teach you what is IP address and I'll teach you what is MAC address if you don't know. We're coming to that, but we are discussing what is OSI model in a brief. So once we identify what is that particular address of the destination device, we'll be sending that packet where to that particular device's MAC address through the physical cable. That is the layer 1. Layer 1, we have cables. So you might have seen like two computers are connected with a cable, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So in physical layer, basically we'll be having cables. So guys, do you guys have any doubt till now? So whenever you have a doubt, you can just raise your hands. So we'll clear your doubt, then we'll move. Any doubts?
No.
No, sir.
Guys, okay, since there are so many people, I won't be able to individually call up your name. What I can say is that, guys, anybody can learn network. Okay, I've taught people who have done Sanskrit, I have people who have done economics. So the basic thing is that you just have to understand what I'm saying. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, just stop me then and there. We'll solve your doubt, then we'll move ahead. But you just have to take up this little responsibility that you're committed to learning this particular course, CCNA, and you are here to learn, and you already paid the money, and you have to take a little commitment to raise your questions, understand it, and move on. Okay? And
Sure.
Cool.
Sure, sir.
Now we'll discuss some different ways of communication that we call. Can you guys please make a quick note what is Unicast, broadcast, multicast, and Anycast? I mean, can you guys get a piece of pen and paper if you guys take notes? Or I'll just discuss this classes is already recorded and it will be shared with you. And if you want to take any note, you can just take it down little notes. Do you guys know what is unicast communication? Can you guys give me a definition what is unicast communication?
Yeah, unicast means message is sent to only one host.
Yeah.
So it's
So
a
if
point-to-point communication.
it's a point-to-point communication. If messages are sent to okay, so let's take okay, one second. Let me take it simple topology.
Sir, Google company using Cisco product or other?
They use different, they are multi-vendors. Like once you get into production, you will be dealing with multi-vendor products. Guys, we are actually focusing with unicast communication. What is unicast communication? Communication between one device to another device. Okay, so here I'm sending a message from this PC to this PC. You can see the message from 10.1 PC is directly delivered to 10.3 PC, and 10.3 PC is only communicating between 10.1 PC. You understand what is unicast communication? Communication between one single device. Guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
Guys, okay. And what is broadcast communication? Which basically means it's a broadcast. What you have broadcast channels in WhatsApp, you have broadcast, you might have heard, you might have broadcast communities in your LinkedIn profile or in your social media accounts. Basically, what I'm doing over here, this is also broadcast. Whatever I'm saying, everybody is listening, right?
Yeah.
Communication from one device to all the devices. That is what broadcast communication is. But when I'm calling Shashank and asking him a question, that is unicast communication. But when I'm asking a question to all of you guys, that's a broadcast communication. Okay. What is multicast communication? Multicast communication is between one device to multiple devices, but not to all devices. But in there are certain scenarios where if you meet a certain requirements, the communication will be passed down to you. But if you don't meet certain requirements, the communication won't be passed down to you. So what multicast communication is? Communication between one device to multiple devices, but not all devices. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes,
Guys?
sir.
Okay. And what is Anycast communication? Communication between one to one device, but it is a communication between one device to the nearest one device. Do you guys have any idea where we use Anycast communication? Can you guys give me a reference where we use Anycast communication?
Sir, here looking Unicast, Anycast is similar type.
What? What's your name?
Unicast and Anycast looking like same.
CDN service provider using that.
Yeah, Unicast and Anycast, they are looking like same because Unicast is communication between one to one device. Anycast is also communication between one to one device, but Anycast is a communication between one to the nearest one device. Okay, I'll share you one example, then you will understand. Do you guys know what is DNS server?
Yes, sir.
Domain name system.
Domain name system. Okay, forget it. So, do you know about cloud, Amazon Cloud Services?
Yes.
Okay, what is cloud? What cloud is? Okay, basically, in earlier days of networking, you were basically storing all the information in a physical device, and you are storing it in one single place. But when cloud came, you are actually storing the device which is not owned by you. Basically, you are renting that particular service. And what this cloud service providers like Amazon or Microsoft does is they'll put your data in multiple different edge servers across a network. And for some of your company, they might have to access this data from Singapore. Some of your company members, they might have to access this device from US. Some might be accessing it from UK. What Anycast does is Anycast will communicate to the nearest edge server where the data is. This is one typical example where we use Anycast communication. When we teach about IPv6, I will teach you more about Anycast communication. But in simple words, Anycast is the communication between the nearest one device. Guys, clear?
Yeah, got it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any doubt?
No, sir.
No.
John, one doubt. Actually, is this communication happening one way or how it is?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Is this communication
You're not
happening
audible.
in one way or is it two ways?
Two
How it
ways.
is?
Two ways. Two ways.
Okay.
I think the Unicast will be only one direction, isn't it?
No, I just showed you what is Unicast communication. It's not one direction. It's in both ways. See, I'm sending a packet. I'm sending a packet from 10.1 to 10.3. If you want to see how the packet is traveling, I'll just show you that as well. You can see 10.1 PC is sending a packet directly to 10.3, and 10.3 pack is sending a communication which is directly to 10.1. This is an example of Unicast communication.
Okay.
So all the cast is communicating two ways only. There is no one-way communication happening.
I'll talk about that as well in the next slide.
Okay. Thank
you. Sir,
Okay, what you're referring is simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. Hey guys, you were saying something in between. Who was saying?
Sir, you discussed. Sorry, sir. Sorry to interrupt you, sir. You discussed about and you asked about DNS. There is one thing I just want to clear that whenever there is any request for the DNS protocol for any particular system.
Shashank, we'll get back to DNS after this because we are diverting from the
No,
topic.
just a confirmation, sir. Just a confirmation.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
So if when system if there is any requirement for DNS protocol, firstly, system, let's say any computer reaches to the DNS cache that is on the router. So is it a part of the, is it an example of Anycast?
No. Your doubt is absolutely, your information is completely inaccurate. First, what is DNS? DNS is domain name system. What DNS does is, so when you are typing www.google.com, computer basically don't understand what is google.com. So computer wants to know an IP address. So what the computer browser does is, computer browser will check, do I have any information about what is IP address of www.google.com? First, it will check with the web browser, do I have that information? Then it will check with the PC. If they don't have that information with the PC, they'll be sending that information to a DNS resolver. So when we're using cloud services like Amazon, we'll be using Anycast routing to the nearest DNS server. Since in traditional networking, the DNS server will be in a physical place. But with cloud networking, what we do is the DNS server will be spread across different places. So we'll be routing that particular packet to the nearest DNS server so that we can get the data more faster. That is the another use of DNS with Anycast. But again, we are diverting from the topic. I'll get back to DNS and Anycast. We will learn about DNS and Anycast in the future classes. But can we stick with this?
Yes, sir, sure, sir. Just one thing: is DNS cache present on router or in on a device itself?
In PC. In PC.
Okay.
Yeah, in the basically DNS resolver.
Okay.
So there is a DNS resolver inside your PC. There's a DNS resolver which is configured on your. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'll show you that later. So there's basically a DNS cache which is present inside your PC. If that information is not present inside your PC's cache, so in your PC, we'll be setting where our DNS resolver is. So the network administrator, they'll be configuring where the DNS resolver is. So the packet will be sent, the DNS query will be sent to that resolver, and the resolver will be resolving it. Okay, we'll get back to that. We'll focus with the types of communication. So when we are sending a packet, so in computer, we have different types of communication. One is simplex, one is half duplex, and one is full duplex. So what is simplex communication? So the data that is sent only on one direction. Can you give me an example? I'll give you an example first. So when you're typing something in your keyboard, when you're navigating your mic, when you're navigating your mouse, so you are sending some data to the CPU, but are you receiving any data back to the keyboard or the mouse?
No.
Guys, no. That is an example of simplex communication where data, we are focusing on direction of data, where data is only transferred from one side to the another side. Okay, guys, understood?
Yep.
What is half duplex communication? In half duplex communication, you can send the data and you can receive the data. Have you guys seen walkie-talkie, which the traffic polices they use, or have you guys seen somebody operating walkie-talkie?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what happens with walkie-talkie? So it's like a one-way road. So if two people speak at the same time, what will happen? Collision will happen. It's like two people. So two heavy vehicles are coming in the opposite direction in the service road. What will happen? Traffic jam will happen, right? And nobody will be able to move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in half duplex communication, two people can communicate. You can send the data, you can receive the data, but two people can't send the data at the same time. If two people send the data at the same time, what will happen? Collision will happen.
Collision.
Okay.
Sir,
And
if this is the limitation of if this is the limitation of half duplex, then why do we use walkie-talkie? Why do we still use walkie-talkie?
who is using walkie-talkie now?
Like the in the station, the policemen, I think they are still using such kind of devices,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Primarily they started using it because of the wide area of ranges that they're covering and the particular channels that they are able to tune into. But if you ask me, like, you can actually do. So, we are just focusing with the traditional mode of networking, guys. So if you have observed, for 10 years back, in a lot of offices, we have seen individual IP phones which were dedicated to each people, right? But nowadays, when you go to an office, like most of the official communication that is being actually transferred in WhatsApp, right?
Yep.
But 10 years back, that was not the case. 10 years back, people were sticking with IP phones. You might be seeing an IP phone in the toilet. You might be seeing an IP phone in the lift. You might be seeing an IP phone everywhere in your office. But what happens now? But nowadays, nobody is using IP phones. Like if something happens in the lift, you can immediately send a message in WhatsApp, and the message would, depending on the configuration that you have already configured, the message might be broadcasted to that particular devices, or the message will be sent to the required persons, right? So, but like the government people, like they are still focusing with that traditional thing, and little bit of security is also there over the walkie-talkie. So they are just sticking with that. And in networking, we will be learning where we have to actually needing to use half duplex. I'm not getting into that because I want to introduce to layer 2 switches and layer 3 switches and their bandwidth as well. Once we learn into that, like there are few advantages. There are certain scenarios that in network configuration or in topology creation, we'll be preferring half duplex communication or simplex communication. Okay, we'll get to that once we learn how to deal with these things. Okay, guys, clear?
Yep.
What is full duplex communication? Full duplex communication highway, guys. Like there is a particular lane of traffic for incoming traffic. There's a particular line of traffic for the outgoing traffic. So simultaneously you can send and receive data. So when we are using walkie-talkie, one person has to say like it's over, then the other person can talk. But when you're talking right now, when I'm talking to you guys over here, it's a full duplex communication because you guys are speaking, I am also speaking at the same time. That is the form of full duplex communication. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, I'll tell you a little story. Okay. So, why should we learn networking? Or why should we learn networking? Or what are the advantages of learning networking? So, I graduated from my 10th standard when I was in 2013. What?
लग
Hello?
गया कॉल पे
Guys, please mute. You're not speaking here. Yeah. So, I graduated from my 10th standard when I was in 2013. In 2013, I used to watch a lot of movies. So whenever I wanted to watch a movie, in those times there was no Netflix, there was no Hotstar or Amazon Prime. How you guys used to watch movies? I mean, don't say theaters. How you guys used to watch movies?
Yep. Yeah,
Download.
We used to download.
Yeah. So do you guys remember sharing this movies in pen drive, copying the songs in pen drive, coming back, asking a friend, do you have that particular movie? Because we might not be having in 2013 and all, like we won't be having that particular amount of data, like 4 GB of data, 5 GB of data, right? Like we were using 300 MB data for a month, right?
Yep.
Right.
Right. Do you remember those days, or you completely forgot about that particular past of yours?
No. I don't remember, sir.
Okay. So normally what we do, like we will call a friend, we will see like, bro, do you have that particular movie? Then once he confirms that there is that particular movie, what we do is we will just take a pen drive. If we don't have bike or bicycle, we will borrow it from some other person. Then we reach to that particular friend's place. Once you reach to that particular friend's place, you will copy the movie. You will come back to your place. Then you will copy that movie back into your devices. Then what happens? You might have to return that pen drive to some other person because at that time there was nobody who were using this thing. And a lot of time is involved, a lot of money is involved, and a lot of things were involved in this thing. And right now, when this particular class is done, what happens? This particular video is recorded and shared to your Google Drive, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, this is what happened when Ambani came into the picture. Okay, so 2017 or something, Geo came into the market. Okay, we were the people. Do you know what is the largest network?
Geo.
AT&T.
Any better answers?
Okay, largest BSNL
ARPA.
data.
Guys, it's internet.
ARPA.
Guys, it's internet.
Yes, sir.
Internet is the
Yes, sir.
largest network, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So before 2015, there were people like who were recharging like 2 GB of data. Then they will be using this 2 GB of data to the end of this month. And we were the people like who thought like this is not something that we will be able to afford. Then what happened? Then Geo came into the market. They said the data is free. Just use. You can stream. You can download high-speed internet for free. Then people had tasted this luxury of networking or internet, and they started downloading the data. They started streaming. They started having like high streaming quality. And after the period of time, what happened was they started charging like the normal people, and we started purchasing plans from them. But what was the other advantage that happened? Like nowadays nobody is literally using downloading the movie. People are directly going. How do you guys watch movies now? You guys directly go to Netflix, right?
Streaming, yeah.
Yeah. Why is it? Because it's because you have internet.
High speed
Right.
bandwidth. Yeah.
It's because high speed bandwidth. How we are providing it? Because we have network. Because
Yeah.
we have a computer network, we are able to get high speed network. We are able to stream these movies, download these movies, share the files. Now, if I want a particular movie or if I want a particular document from my friend who is in Bangalore, I don't have to call him and reach there. He can directly share that data in Google Drive. I can download it from here, right? The time is saved, the money is saved, and my productivity is actually increased, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So when you learn about what is the advantages of networking, this is how you have to learn. So never ever by heart a topic. What is the advantage of it? Like why are we learning this particular topic? So when we learn about OSPF or any routing topology or any networking topology, the first thing that should come to your mind is why are we learning this particular thing? What real problem this thing is solving? So there is a department A and there is a department B. Okay, so you guys can see this picture, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so there is a department A and department B. So if in the traditional way of networking, what happens is if I want to share a data from this person to this person will have to skateboard and reach here and check her availability and all. But what happened with networking? Tomorrow's class, we'll be focusing on networking devices. We have particularly invited few networking devices which will be facilitating you to send. So in offices nowadays, nobody is skateboarding it. So either you will be putting the data in Teams or you'll be sharing the data in drives, right? So you don't have to skateboard it from one place to another.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So tomorrow's class, actually, we will be learning something physical. Okay, so tomorrow's class, mainly what we are focusing on net. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tomorrow's class, what we are focusing over here is, so in order to facilitate this communication, we'll be using different types of devices. So I want you guys to do a little bit of homework. You need to learn at least three. You need to search what are the basic networking devices that we are using. So you can search, you can browse it, find out a few networking devices and what are their advantages. Tomorrow's class, we are going to learn in detail what IP address is, what MAC address is, what are networking devices like hub, router, and switch. Apart from this, there are a lot of networking devices. I want you guys to have a look what are those networking devices. And apart from Cisco, there are other manufacturers of networking as well. So the second assignment that I'm giving to you is you need to find out what are the other vendors apart from Cisco who are the industry leaders. Guys, clear?
Okay, sir. Sir, same time tomorrow will be class.
Yeah, and one more thing. So tomorrow's class we'll be going completely practical. So I'll be showing like how packets are traveling, how network packets are traveling from one device. So I'll show you. So the device that we are using over here, this particular device that I'm circling, this is known as a switch. The particular device that I'm circling over here, this is known as a router. Tomorrow's class, we are focusing on what is a switch, what is a router. And in tomorrow's class, we'll be also seeing how packets are traveling from one PC to another. So when I'm sending a packet from 10.1 to 20.1, how the packet is traveling from 10.1, how the packet have reached switch, and what are the protocols that we are using over here, and how packet is reaching in this particular router, how the packets are reaching. There's a minor error with the topology. So tomorrow we will be working on this thing. So what I want you guys to do is you need to go to website and download a free software known as Cisco Packet Tracer. So you can go to Cisco Packet Tracer network simulation tool, and you can download. You just have to enroll to any of the particular course, and you need to download Cisco Packet Tracer. What I will do is, if there is a drive which is shared among you guys, I already have a downloaded version of Cisco Packet Tracer. What I will do, I will share that particular file with Gaurav. Gaurav will be sharing this drive with you so that you can download it, install it, and tomorrow's class we'll be doing practical classes. So I hope you guys will install Cisco Packet Tracer so that we can discuss things more in detail, and our classes will be completely practical. So I want all of you guys to install Packet Tracer. Okay, and do you guys have any doubt till now?
Sir,
Yeah.
So, yep. So for how long we are going to use the packet tracer for simulation and all, and that is the only tool we are going to use for the CCNA?
You can use GNS3, you can use EVNG, but for CCNA, we only have to stick with Cisco Packet Tracer. But if you're comfortable using GNS3 or EVNG, you can start using any of it.
Okay.
Who raised the hand?
Oh, yeah,
sir,
it's me only. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sir, I just have one general question. How long this course will take to get completed, and how many lectures would be there?
This is a 50 hours course. This is a 40-hour course. CCNA is a 40-hour course. I think we are sticking with 50 hours.
Yeah, 40 to 50
networking. Gaurav, can you please answer that?
Like how many months? Like how many months?
This is gonna be for 2 months based on your pace, like how initially we're gonna start from 1 hour each day. If in case I feel that people is comfortable to stretch for a 90-minute or 2 hours based on the topic, guys. I cannot say, but maximum you have to consider 2 months.
2 months, 2 months or 2.5 months, sir?
Two is more than sufficient, guys. It's a big day. It's Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday.
Correct.
Gaurav, the same time, right?
Correct. Yeah, the same time, 9 o'clock.
9
So guys,
o'clock.
the people who are not enrolled, they can take an admission, because tomorrow we are going to share you one classroom ID. With that ID, you have to join and to continue the batch.
And will you also be there, sir? Like regularly?
Yes, every session is recorded. So once you'll finish with the sessions, tomorrow morning you'll get that video in your portal, only for the enrolled people.
So we
No,
have
sir.
download any application, sir, of the
No,
networking
nothing you have to download. We have our own applications, and also my team is going to help you with that how you can see the things.
Gaurav, if I share the Cisco packet tracer software, will it be possible from your side to
You can
share?
send it to me, like, or you can send me on the WhatsApp, and I'll upload in their portal so that they can see.
No, I'll share it in Drive because it's an application.
Sure, I'll give you after the class. Okay.
Okay,
Or
cool.
give me the link that. I'll do.
Yeah. So Gaurav will be sharing Cisco packet tracer software. Please make sure that you guys install Cisco packet tracer. And so once you install Cisco packet tracer, they might be asking you to sign in. So you can use with Cisco Netcat Academy. That works easily. So, and there is an option which is there. There's a toggle bar down there, which will be asking you to keep you logged in for 90 days. Please check that as well because you might have to keep repeating it again and again and again.
Yes.
Thank you, John. So thanks for the sessions. Tomorrow we'll continue the same time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So guys who are clear with this thing, guys can leave. And like some people told, if you guys are not comfortable with English, so you can stay back a little longer to clear your doubts if you have anything more which you want to ask me personally with the class. Anyone? So the guys who guys, for all of you guys who are clear with the topic, you can leave.
Thank you, John.
And guys, please make sure that whenever you have a doubt, please clear it and leave. Okay. So I don't mind staying a little longer.